Welcome to episode 22 of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Skimmon, and today we're talking with Julie Cruz-Blair, President and CEO of Leadership Lorain County. Join us as Julie talks about the organization and its mission to foster community leadership. She discusses the signature class and summer internship programs, their structure, benefits, and how they help retain local talent. Julie also highlights success stories, alumni contribution, delves into the challenges of maintaining engagement, and the importance of collaborations. Julie shares a little on her background and how attending the Difference Makers Gala led to her current position. I attended the Leadership Lorain County Signature Program way back in the best class of 1998. I am still personal friends with a number of classmates and have worked on boards, committees, and community projects with many of them. The unique structure of meeting for the full day, once a month for 9 months, creates deep connections between class members. The diverse array of participants, including nonprofits, small businesses, large corporations, students, and individuals from various backgrounds, provides an unparalleled opportunity to learn about Lorain County and collaborate towards a positive future. I've had the opportunity to work closely with Julie over the past year on the development of Volunteer Connect, an online tool for connecting volunteers and nonprofit organizations. Her positive energy is contagious. She is an exceptional professional and an asset to all of us in Lorain County. Here is my conversation with Julie Cruz-Blair.
Julie Cruz-Blair with Leadership Lorain County, and I am the President and CEO.
Welcome, Julie. Thanks for joining us and sharing your insights. Could you provide an overview of Leadership Lorain County?
I want to start with just erasing the stigma that is around Leadership Lorain County. We are not an exclusive club. We are an inclusive club. That is an opportunity to bring people together that are well-versed in their talent, their time, and their ability to see things that they can change within the community.
Could you talk about the Leadership Lorain County Signature Class Program and the benefits that participants receive?
The Signature Class program is a 9-month program that starts like a school year that begins in September and runs all the way through May. What we do is have a special concentration on each month that can go anywhere from diversity, equity, and inclusion to health and wellness, even including government. We get together and speak on what those resources are for that particular topic for that day in Lorain County.
Could you share some information on the summer internship program that Leadership Lorain County offers?
The summer intern program is pretty much the same idea as what we do in the signature class, but it's condensed to 10 weeks in the summer. And that is an opportunity for college students who were residents of Lorain County to come back for the summer for a paid position with a nonprofit, which is funded by Community Foundation. And that individual student gets more of career readiness. So they get to learn about, again, the resources in the county. They get to learn about themselves as well. But the thought behind that is making sure our talent stays here in Lorain County and that they have something to come back to. A lot of those students have been employed by the nonprofit that they've been working with over the summer.
Can you discuss any notable success stories or alumni from Leadership Lorain County who've made a significant impact in their field or community?
Seeing that we've had alum come back and understanding what the class projects can do and how they can impact the community. Having you and Linda Steyer, who I believe was best class of 2002 and you 1998. The two of you collaborated and came back to work with the best class of 2024 to create what is now called the Volunteer Connect. So that is a plan to get nonprofits a little bit more talent and time from the community members. It's an opportunity for nonprofits to basically list their opportunities and an opportunity for volunteers to give their time. It's an easy way to communicate and state, hey, this is what we need, and for folks to say, this is what I want to do.
What are some of the biggest challenges Leadership Lorain County has faced, and how have you overcome them?
I would say the biggest challenge is keeping people engaged, keeping them aware of what's going on in the county and where their help will be the most useful.
How does Leadership Lorain County collaborate with other organizations and initiatives within the community, and how does that enhance your impact?
we were able to bring back alum who had gone through the program through Nordson Corporation. We brought together our interns as well as brought back the 2022 class members, and were able to produce a playground in Amherst for 48 hours, 200 yards of mulch, 200 hours of people working, and the assistance of the city of Amherst. It's all about collaboration.
What is something people don't normally know about leadership Lorain County that you'd want to share?
There are different ways to get involved. You don't have to have gone through the signature class in order to be involved. We've got the young professionals now. That's a group where you're not quite ready career-wise to completely branch out on your own. So it's a cohort of young professionals who are looking for their niche. We don't want you to go in over your head. We have that dip your toe in, which is the YPs, go waist deep, which is like joining the signature class. And you can go neck high by joining a board eventually through the community. But I think a lot of folks might not know that you don't have to dive in. You can just wait on the side of the pool for a little bit and see what you want to do before you jump right in. And I think that might be sometimes a little frightening because some people think it's very time consuming and very involved. And yes, it can be, but we do meet you at your capacity.
How is Leadership Lorain County funded?
While we do get funds from both Community Foundation and Nordson Corporation, we are mostly funded by the tuitions. The folks who are going through the course are pretty much the folks that are really assisting us with funding.
Do you still offer scholarships?
We do. Over the last couple years, we do the 2 nonprofit scholarships, but we also have created a fund, which is like a pay it forward. So for folks who have gone through the program and see the worth, offer funds to that. So that if we have an individual who's coming through the program or would like to come through the program, but if they can't afford that tuition, we dip into those fees and try to figure out how we can assist those people.
How do you measure success at leadership? What metrics do you use to measure your progress towards your objectives?
Because it is more of a relationship building, it's viewing and seeing the collaborations that come out of the program. And I'm not going to say just coming out of the program, but also seeing the people who make the connections beyond the program. So for example, you've got Dan Haight over at Licata and Don Schiffbauer over at the Nord Center. You know, the fact that those two are now going to be merging, and to know that they're both Leadership Lorain County people. You know that it's going to go with ease because there's a common ground there. I'm not going to say that's all due to Leadership Lorain County, but we have relationships with both members, and just knowing that the relationships that they build coming out of the class can really help people with moving forward in their future with the community.
Going forward, what trends do you see in the county and how do you see leadership adapting to these changes?
What we're finding and or seeing is groups are getting smaller. Our classes are getting bigger, but boards, for example, are getting smaller with organizations. Trying to find the people who have that passion for a specific nonprofit has been a little bit more difficult. And it's not a bad thing. I think people are now recognizing what their capacities are and understanding, hey, while I really want to do that, I can't do that consistently for months at a time. So we're finding that people are really cherishing their time, which is, like I said, not a bad thing. But if you can find those people who are willing to split their time and give to the community, you're going to find that those people are a little bit more passionate about what it is that they're doing.
Let's switch over and talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
What is your background and what led you to Leadership Lorain County?
That is a funny story. So working at Second Harvest Food Bank, we were acknowledging Julie Chase Moorfield as the first Emerald recipient. I want to say it was 2015. And I was able to attend what was the Difference Makers Gala. And I would say that in sitting there and watching the videos of all the people and all the good that they were doing in the community, it was just like I had goosebumps just sitting at the table. And it was just like, oh my gosh, wow. I will say that an opening came up. Brenda was leaving the organization at the time. So it was the alumni relations. And I applied, and I would say 6 months after attending the Difference Makers Gala, I was then in the position of becoming the alumni outreach person or the donor relations person. And it was literally just sitting there that evening and seeing the folks and what they're doing in this community and figuring out what it took for them to get to where they were and understanding just, wow, like that's so awesome. Like they're normal people. And I think we tend to put people on a pedestal and not understanding all the work that
Mm.
goes behind who they are today. And like I said, the goosebumps and understanding that I could be a part of that and somehow get involved. I didn't realize how involved I was going to get, but I am very happy to be a part of Leadership Lorain County.
How long were you donor relations before taking the leadership position?
I was 6 months into the role, and then that's when Beth left the organization, and she is now with Erie Community Foundation. We did a role where it was obviously seeking for the executive director for a minute. So I was maybe a year and a half, and then I became the executive director.
In the time you've been with leadership, what are you most proud of accomplishing?
The diversity that is our classes as well as our board. I am proud that we mirror the community that we serve. I think that has opened the door for a lot of individuals to come through and feel as though they are surrounded by people who are just like them.
Going forward, what are your personal goals and what do you hope to still accomplish?
I just want to maintain allowing people to be who they are and meeting people where they are. I think that's where we get a little lost in not understanding capacity for different individuals and help people understand that they can do what it is that they want to do. They've just got to find the purpose into how to move forward.
Outside of work, what are your hobbies and interests and how do they help recharge you?
I am big on travel. I love to travel. It's definitely an opportunity for recharging. I think it makes me appreciate coming home. I used to not love the unknown. And so now to travel and explore and to see things, and the first place I go is a museum and to gain knowledge and what have you. I do have fun too, but it makes coming home just that much better.
Thanks, Julie, for your time and your insights. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. We hope you found this conversation informative and that it provided some ideas that will help your business continue to grow. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to hear each episode where we shine a spotlight on local resources that will boost your business. And we want to hear from you. Email ed@loraincounty.com to share your feedback and topic ideas.